There's something I want all of you to know. I've been down here at this Dairy Queen since January waiting for this event. Woo! A lot of full meal deals. If you ever need me somewhere, you ever need me to speak, you ever need me to walk your dog, mow your lawn, help you move, whatever it is, just say the magic word. It's not please, food. If you're a good cook, I'm probably gonna move in with you. Y'all think I'm kidding. I'm being serious, I probably will. My favorite holiday, Thanksgiving week. You notice I said week, right? Look, I save up all year and I blow it out that whole week. I'm not kidding you. And don't be mad at me. I got 2 hollow legs. I can fill them both up with food. Don't gain a pound. I do love food. And look, there's something else that fills up my big old Texas heart. And that's proving to people just like you that you're capable of a lot more than you think. Just how dang good can you really be? Look, I'm talking about the big stuff. I'm talking about things that you didn't think you could, that were impossible for you to do. Things that you thought were out of your league, out of your reach, too hard, bad timing. We just went through some of that. Maybe 3 or 4 years down the road, I might be able to do that. No, I'm talking about now. Because you're all capable of breaking the mold. You're capable of changing the game. And if we want to do that, if you want to be a game changer, here's what you've got to do. We got to get really good at 3 things, guys. Really good at these 3 things. Number 1, we got to get really good at making stronger commitments. Number 2, we got to set better goals. And number 3, we got to get really good at handling stress. Now, I said handling stress. I didn't say managing stress. There's a reason for that. I'll tell you about it here in just a little bit. Let's start with commitment. One of my strongest, my most definitive life lessons came when I was 5 years old. 5 and 6 years old. 5 and 6 years old. My dad was the head coach of a Pee-wee football team in Electra, Texas. Y'all know where Electra, Texas is? Who knows Electra? Ooh, man, that's okay. All right. He's the head football coach. I'm 5 years old. I'm bugging him. I want to play the game. I want to play. Why can't I play? All these other boys are playing. Why am I on the sideline? Son, you're too young. You're too young. You got to wait a couple of years. Your time's coming. You think that worked? No. So he did the next best thing. He made me the water boy. Yeah. Little red bucket. I can see it like it was yesterday. Red plastic bucket, wire handle, water bottles in there. I still was in his hip pocket. I want to play. So fast forward a little bit. Christmas 1973. I wake up, run in the living room before anybody else, look under the tree. Look under the tree, and this was under the tree right here. That right there changed my world. That is an authentic football uniform. Pads in the pants, jersey, can't see the shoulder pads, under the jersey, the helmet. I put it on. I didn't wait. I put the uniform on immediately. Ran around the house. I'm tackling chairs. I'm tackling furniture. My parents are going crazy. Sit down. The helmet, little too big. I was a little runt. So my dad had to put dish pads in the helmet. He put like 10 of them in there so it would fit. I slept in that thing. I slept in it that night. I tried to sleep in it the next night. My mom wouldn't let me. They had to make me sit down to open the other gifts. All those other gifts. Look at that TV. That's 3 channels, 3, 6, and 7. That was our channels. So I made it all the way. I was 5 and a half. We make it to August, September, fall of 1974. I'm a whopping 6 years old now. Man, I'm a big boy now. Full uniform, sitting on the sideline as a water boy. And I hear my dad yell, they're having a scrimmage. It's Iowa Park and Electra. Scrimmage out on the field. I hear my dad, Bobby, get out here. And let me tell y'all this little story about my dad. When my dad spoke up, when my dad yelled my name, it was like thunder from above. My dad was 6'3", 280 pounds. I will whip your tail. He had hands the size of a skillet. Let me paint a picture of my dad for you. Let me make this a little clearer for you. Take Randy White of the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all remember Randy White? Randy White, Burt Reynolds, and the Marlboro Man. That was my dad. That was my dad. I'll show you what it looks like here in a minute. So I run out on the field, and he looks at me, and the offense is ready, the defense is ready, and he looks at me, and he says, son, you ready to play? Oh, my gosh. It was like Christmas all over again. I mean, I'm scared, I'm nervous, and are you kidding? I'm ready to play? Heck yeah, I'm ready to play. He puts me where the linebackers go. I just want to go, man. I'm ready. He leans down, and he says, son, you got one job. Right here in my ear. Helmet's kind of off, crooked a little bit. He leans down, and he says, you got one job. Tackle the guy with the ball. Now, those weren't his exact words. Randy White, Burt Reynolds, Marlboro Man. That's not what he said. I can't tell you what he said. Message received. Here we go. I line up, man, I'm shaking. Ball snaps, goes to tailback. I run up there. It's like parting of the Red Sea. There's a gap. Man, this is too easy. I run through there and boom, I lay the wood on this kid. I knocked the tailback down, knock him down. I'm so happy, the whole team. Way to go, little Bobby. Picking me up, patting me on the head. I was little Bobby. Dad was big Bobby. Bobby Ray Jr. How's that for country? So I'm all excited. I run back to my dad. I said, what'd you think? He said, way to go, son. Get out there and do it again. All right. So I line back up, and I get in the linebacker, so I'm feeling pretty good. Ball snaps. It goes this way this time, right to the same guy. I go running up there, a little tighter this time. But I made it through, and let me tell you, folks, I'm about to lay the wood on this kid. I'm about to boom, I'm going to hit him, and out of nowhere, I get hit by a bulldozer. Right here. Boom. I didn't know. I never saw it coming. I didn't know what the heck just happened. Wait a minute. That's not fair. That's not supposed to happen. I'm embarrassed. I'm not hurt. I'm embarrassed. I'm looking out the ear hole of this helmet. There's dish pads all over the field, and I'm laying there like, man, there's a big accident happened here. Next thing I know, my dad's standing above me like this, looking down at me. Big curly-headed. Looking down at me, he says, son, you still want to play football? Now, let me tell you, I got up. I can remember like it was yesterday, but I will tell you this. Of course, I'm 6 years old. I couldn't put it into words. Let me tell you why I got back up. Number one, I wasn't ready to give up on what I had loved and wanted to do for a whole year of my life. That's a long time for a 6-year-old. A year. I wasn't ready to give up. I stood up, and then the bigger reason. Listen to this. I knew at 6 years old that if I wanted to continue to play the game, to be in this game, I was going to have to get really good at standing back up, because I was going to end up down there a lot. I knew it, but I accepted it as being normal. It's part of the game. That moment was a lesson that I'll never forget. Now, I didn't know it was a lesson. I didn't. I just, felt pretty good. I'm part of the team. But as I went through junior high and high school and all through my life, I realized my dad set that whole thing up. And I'm proud to stand up here in front of all of you 47 years later and share that lesson with you. And I'm proud that it was my dad that taught it to me. You want to see my dad? Randy White, Burt Reynolds hair, Marlboro Man. That's my first legal year of Pee Wee football. There he is, little runt. That's my sister. There's two things I want y'all to take with you tonight about commitment. Two things. I'm going to make it real simple. It really all comes, you don't need anything else, but these two things, you want to make stronger commitments, you want to change the game, you got to have these two things. Number one, the struggle, uncertainty, and sacrifice of commitment is the grandest prize. The achievement of a better you is the bonus. Folks, I'm going to tell you through experience, my own experiences and coaching people for 30 years through life and in the gym and through eating and counseling, it's the struggle, the uncertainty, the static. It's the struggle, uncertainty, and sacrifice is where you get better. It's not making it to the end of your commitment. It's what you fight through during it. Success doesn't happen when you reach the top. It happens when you fight at the bottom. That's the truth. Commit to your struggles. We just went through a lot of that. Uncertainty, are you kidding me? That's the bigger one we have to overcome. That's where you get better. Number two, second thing, open your minds and open your hearts, because I want y'all to accept this and put it in there. This is a big one. When you commit to something or someone, commit to your effort, not the outcome. Y'all ever heard that? Think about it. You could be doing everything exactly like you should be doing. You could do everything you were asked. I did everything, and yet my desired outcome did not come to fruition. You ever had that happen? We all have. And is it a letdown? Heck yeah, it's a letdown. We're human. It's hard to get past that. We can't control the outcome in a lot of situations. Life is really good at changing the game on us, but we can be even better at changing the game on it. We can. The outcome, so what? You commit to effort, something you can always control, right? We can always control our effort. You get used to that. The outcome, irrelevant. So what happens? You know what the most committed thing in the world is? Just undeniable, most committed thing in the world. It's a part of all of you. It's a part of all of us. It's right here. It's right in here. Your heart. Think about this. You need an example of commitment? Your heart, the split second it beat by itself, that split second it beat, kaboom, it accepted the unconditional commitment to take care of you for the rest of your life. And here's the bonus, here's the most amazing thing about your heart and the commitment it gives you. It's going to take care of you no matter how you treat it. You know why? Because it commits to effort, not outcome. It can't control the outcome, but what can it control? It's going to beat for you as good as it can for as long as it can. That's your example. Commitment. Once you've embraced that, once you're ready to move on up, hey, you committed now? If you're really committed, soul searching, now you can set your goals. Now you can set your goals. What is a goal? A goal is a good one. A goal is where dreams and reality come together. It's up to you to arrange the meeting. Where dreams and reality come together. It's up to you to put them together, right? Let me share a little, gosh, I can't believe I'm going to tell you all this story. Let me tell you a story where I set a couple of goals one time. It was all about trying to look like a cowboy and ended up looking like a rodeo clown. I moved to Louisville in 1992. Had 3 friends already here. We got together on a Saturday. I'd been here about a month, and they said, hey, let's go to Billy Bob's. I'm like, Billy, oh, man. Don't get me wrong, I'm a country boy. Through and through, 100%. Love me some Merle Haggard, Don Williams, Waylon Jennings. I love them. Country boy. And I said, no, I don't want to go out there because, guys, I don't have any country western clothes. And I don't know how to dance. That was the main reason. I worked for a psychologist. I had slacks, dress shirts. They said, oh, man, we can help you out. We got clothes. You got jeans? And I said, no. I said, I can't believe I'm going to tell you all this. I have a pair of gray cargo pants. And when I say cargo pants, all the way down, the pockets. Yeah. Now, they were already a little bit short. And my friends are like, those are great, man. That's in style. That's what they're wearing these days. So I put the boots on that they brought over for me. I had 1.5 inches of upper boot. Upper boot. Upper. I wasn't just waiting for a flood. I'm waiting for the 100-year flood. I mean, so blue denim shirt, and then the cherry on top, my friends brought a gray resist-all felt hat. Whoo! I was 6'2", 150 pounds. I looked like a crane standing in a pair of rubber boots. So I got an inch gap on both sides of my head, an inch gap. My friend, I got you covered. He put a pair of socks in the hat. Sock in the front, sock in the back. I should have brought that picture. The hat fit great, except I still had the 1 inch gaps. Off we go, and the whole night they're telling me, Bobby, you look good. You look country. You look so good. They're all into, man, they're building me up. I took it, I bought it, I took the bait. We walk into Billy Bob's. I'm taken, man. I'm like, oh, this place is great, man. What have I been missing? I kind of forgot that I look like an idiot. So we walk in, and hey, all these girls, I'm like, what have I been missing? Man, beautiful girls there all over the place. And I'm feeling pretty good. Just for a split second, I forgot I was waiting for the flood down here. And I walk up to the dance floor, and I saw a group of girls, and I'm kind of smiling at them, and they're smiling back. And I thought, I'm looking pretty good tonight. Okay, maybe they weren't lying to me. And then every one of those girls do this. And they slowly worked, and their eyes got big, and they all grabbed their mouths, and they're turning around, and they're giggling. It was funny. They're laughing, and I went, oh, man, you talking about going from here to there? I turn around, guess who else is on the floor? All three of them. They got me. They got me good. But let me tell you, and hey, here I set 2 goals. Yeah, it was embarrassing, but I knew there was something else for me. I found something. I got out of my comfort zone, and as goofy as I looked, I found something. I set 2 goals. I didn't know about goal setting like I know now, but I set 2 goals. I'm going to save up some money. I didn't make a lot of money. I'm going to save money, and I'm going to buy some country western clothes. And I did. And I'm going to take dancing lessons. I took them every Thursday night at a bar in Louisville. Man, I'm pretty athletic. I can move a little bit. I got to say, I can move a little bit. I started learning pretty quick, man. I did the 2-step, 3-step. The jitterbug was my favorite, and I was doing the pretzel. Woo, man, I was on. I bought a pair of Levi's 550s, starched them. You could set them in the corner of the room and stand up. Starched them, white shirt, black belt, black Justin Ropers. Are you kidding me? And a straw Bangor hat. Bam, Houston Hat Company. I'm rigged up. I went dancing every Friday and Saturday night from then on. You guys remember Cowboys Dallas? Whoo, wide open dance floor. I was burning it up, man. I was dancing people's boots off. Dancing the boots off right off of them. How about Denim and Diamonds? Borrowed Money. Whoo. How about Country 2000? Yeah, you probably saw me out there. Who's that skinny dude? But that was it. I saved up money. And I did that. And guys, it's a big part of my life. So here's what I want you to take with goal setting. Pretty short. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to shock you with the first one. The first idea of goal setting, and we've taught since we were little bit, you got to start with a goal. You got to start with a goal. I disagree. Goal setting a goal is not the start. It's not the start. It's preparing to start. It's like having a gym membership and not using it, right? If you go sign up for a gym membership and you don't walk in and use the equipment, nothing happens. A goal setting is the same thing. It's positive. If we want to change the game, we got to have a mindset shift here. We got to actually do something. It's almost an appeasement to ourselves to set a goal, isn't it? We can set a goal and go, oh man, I set a goal. I feel pretty good. It does feel good. Take it a step further. It's not the start. Preparing to start. Second thing, you want the magic formula to set a goal? You want a magic formula to reach more goals? Here you go. And I want you to think of something right now. It's quick. It could be something small. It could be one of your most elusive goals. Put it in your head. Put it in your head. This is how you do it. You got something? You guys got it? Might be a goal you want to set, one you've had, maybe an elusive goal. Here it is. Think about what you want to achieve and label it an achievement. Don't call it a goal. My achievement is this. Big picture. This is what I want to achieve. Now here's the magic. Make a list of the very specific reasons why you haven't done it yet. Not why you want to do it. Why haven't I done it? Why is it still on my board? Why is this something I haven't done in the past? And let me tell you, those reasons, those are your goals. Those are your goals. If you take ownership and accountability and make those reasons why you haven't done it yet your goals, you're going to get a lot further. And by the way, those reasons need to start with the same word, I. I have not done this. I need to do more of this. I need to spend more time here. That's how you take ownership. You own your shortcomings, you own your mistakes, you own your mishaps, you will own your success. Okay? All right, I'm gonna speed up a little bit. I got one more thing to talk to you about. So we got it made. We got it made. We're committed. We set the right goals. Do we have it made? Far off. You remember the third thing I said was handling stress? I didn't say managing stress. You know why? A lot of stress cannot be managed. You ever heard that? We always hear, man, you gotta be strong in your stress management. Well, let's think of it like this. The biggest battle with stress takes place between our ears. We either think ourselves into a corner, you know we do, or we answer the bell and fight. We're fighters. We've proven that. You gotta fight it. When you encounter a stress, here's the thing about stress, it's around every corner. You get in your car and it makes a noise. You're like, how much is that gonna cost? You know, a lot of stress, we just learn that. We can't plan it. Some stress we can avoid, yes, but there are a lot of it we can't. Life happens. So instead of trying to manage stress, manage something that you can always manage, your reaction to it. First step in stress management is start calling it self-management. Because that's what we're managing. Do you agree? We're reacting to it. Okay, so there's two ways we do this. The first one is a lot easier said than done, but understand stress instead of overthinking it. We do that, right? Something pops up and we're like, oh man, and then we replay these negative scenarios. I'm gonna tell you the best thing you can do when stress first pops up on you, because you're gonna react to it, talk to somebody. Talk to someone immediately. Hey, this is what kind of popped up. What do you think about that? And more than likely, somebody's gonna have an idea for you because they probably experienced that same thing. Second thing, and this is the most important, I'm kind of put it all together for you now. Let me ask y'all a question. From 0% to 100%, what's the most powerful number in that group? 0% to 100%. Well, right away you think, well, 100 is pretty good. It's everything. There's no gap, there's no space. 100% is pretty big. It is big, but it's not the most powerful. The most powerful is 1%. That number, remember that. Let me tell you why. You could be having the best day. Everything's going great, man. You're just kicking it. Nothing can go, you can't lose. And then one little thing pops up. Get on social media. Oh man, that's a bad thing to say. Or, that's depressing. All right, listen to me. That 1% is volatile. It's extremely powerful because you know what's going to happen if you don't manage it? It's going to go to 10% like that. You know how it is. You can be really good here and one little bitty thing jumps in your head, and what are you going to do? You're going to replay it over and over, and you're going to let it grow. We got to manage the 1%. If you can just manage 1%, you're going to avoid a lot of stress, okay? Here's the other side. Let's flip the coin. What if you're having a horrible day? What if you're having one of those days that just won't end? It can't end soon enough, man. And by the way, a lot of people get stressed out over trying not to get stressed out or trying to figure out how to not get stressed. People do that. So here we are, bad day, just 100%, nothing's going wrong. I just want to go home, eat ice cream, whatever. I like that ice cream. You've got to find a 1%. This is on you. That 1% is still a very powerful number. It's the most powerful number. You got to find one positive thing. One positive thing. How do you do it? I'm going to tell you guys from experience, no matter who you are or what you're trying to do, you're having one of those days, weeks, months, become the motivator. Become the motivation. Lead Lead the way. Be the example. Go find somebody and help them have a better day. Pick up the phone, call somebody and say, hey, man, I was just thinking about you. Go pat somebody on the back. That's a pretty shirt. Love the shoes. You have a beautiful smile. Love the nails. That makes me feel really good to help somebody else feel good. When you're to that, you're hanging on, you're ready to throw in the towel, you got 1% positivity, think about helping somebody else, because that's going to make you feel good, and that's going to grow to 10%. And then that felt pretty good. I'm going to call somebody else. Now it's 15, 25, 30%. We were down 99-1. We were losing the game. Down 99-1, fourth quarter. Now what? We turned it around because we took 1% and turned it into something. And we grew it, and we grew it, and we got to 50, 55%. We flipped it. That's how you do it. Now, regardless if it's 1% negative or 1% positive, it doesn't matter. You treat them both the same. Let me tell you what you do. You already know. You already know what to do. I've taught you. Number one, you commit to effort, not outcome. You set goals based on the reasons why you haven't done it yet, and you take ownership and start each one with the word I. And lastly, you stop trying to manage stress and start managing what you can, your reaction to it. That's how you do it. If you'll do that, if you'll get, all of you, if you will get really good at those three things, you're going to change your game. And when you change your game, you're going to change the game. And I'm talking about the game of life. One more thing. When you're challenged and you have adversity in front of you, whether it's in your spiritual life, your relationships, your career, whatever it is, when you're challenged, think about, of course, 1%, right? When you ask yourself this question, and we all do it, it's the same question, we all ask it, can I really do this? We ask it our whole life. Can I really do this? When that challenge is there and it's adversity and you're like ready to give up, can I really do this? Well, guess what? The answer, no matter who you are or what you're trying to do, the answer is always yes. It's always yes. Whether you believe it or not, it's still yes. So doesn't it make sense that we don't even need to ask that question? We don't. However, there is one question you need to ask yourself. Am I going to choose to do it? That's the only question you need to ask yourself. And I like to believe, after talking to you tonight, that your answer to that is going to be yes too. I believe that. I'm going to close with one of my favorite quotes. I've written like 400 of these, but I went through quite a few of them just for you tonight, and I want to leave you with it. Yesterday is the perfect place for our memories. Tomorrow is the perfect place for our hope. But they're both only possible because of our ability to live today. On behalf of myself, the Greater Hewitt Chamber, and the wonderful sponsors that made this such a great event, God bless. Thank you.